Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm LaRonda, and this is Black Women Over 50, Our Lives Matter Too. And I am back to talk to you this month. I've been away for about a month because I've been traveling and life been doing some things. My favorite thing to do, real talk, is just to be out at the airport, going places. And in March 14th, I had the opportunity to go back to one of my favorite places, which is South Africa. Um, I went with Ashley Cleveland, whose channel is Ashley in Africa, and Valele Satole. Valele, I hope I'm doing that right. I will post both of their names and contact information in the description. But these two women, Valele is from South Africa. Ashley is an African American woman who now lives in South Africa, and these two women had a retreat, if you will. What do you call it? Where they invited those of us from the diaspora to come over to um, learn a little bit more about the rural areas of South Africa. And we were going to go to Durban, which I had heard about when I visited South Africa for the first time in 2013. I was like, they got beaches, they're so beautiful, and da da da. And I was like, well, I want to go. It took me almost 10, it took me over 10 years to get there, because, in 2013, my youngest hadn't graduated from college, high school yet. And just so many things were going on. My mother was still alive, and we were dealing with her illness and that. And so I never got back. Well, I did get back over to South Africa a couple more times, but for different reasons. And this time, when I heard about this trip, I thought, let me jump on it. So did that, got back here, something like March 25th, 26th. Got here in my house on the 26th. The 25th is my son's 35th birthday. Happy birthday, baby boy. Um, that's to my oldest. And got back here, and unfortunately, a dear friend of mine who I'd been dating for a while, had known for a really long time, like since 2005, he passed away April 1st. So that was, it set me back. It set me back emotionally. Um, we spend a lot of time, we waste a lot of time in our lives being mad at folks and arguing about silly things. And then the next thing you know, especially at our age, and I'm just saying that, I'm not saying young people don't pass away, younger people don't pass away. Anthony was 65. So, you know, we're at that age. And so it's been a really tough time to see someone who was so, in my opinion, vibrant and um, alive. And the next thing you know, you get the notice that they're not here anymore. So I have gone through a lot of ups and downs emotionally. And a good friend, Bobby Edwards, posted on Facebook a list of things about our end of life that we should be concerned about. And I thought I wanted to share. I've shared it with a couple of people. I shared it on my Facebook page. And I thought maybe I could live it, act it out a little bit, add a little bit more flesh to it. So people hopefully will take this seriously, because I certainly am doing so. Okay, so it starts by saying, get your affairs straight. Okay, if you do nothing else, put a beneficiary, and I'm reading my notes, put a beneficiary on all of your financial accounts, like your checking account, your savings accounts, any CDs, any life insurance, and investments that you have. Put a beneficiary on those things. Okay, because if you will not, you do not need a will for them to get to your money. if they're the beneficiary. All they need is their ID and your death certificate. So give them access to the money. Is even if you have the money in your account to pay for your final, funeral arrangements or whatever, in order for them to get that money, they've got to have access to the money. To get access to the money, they've got to be beneficiaries on those accounts. So, make a list, preferably, this thing says, preferably by hand instead of on your computer. Well, that makes sense because you got a password on your computer. How hard is it going to be? Sometimes we can't even remember what the password is. How hard is it going to be for that person in their grieving state to actually get to the materials that you need them to get to so they can take care of? So write it down. Either give it to your trusted person, your spouse, or put it in a security box at the bank. If the person doesn't know that you have a savings account or a CD at X, Y, and Z bank, they can never go get the money. And guess who's going to get the money? The state, whoever. That bank, you need Chase to keep. Bank of America don't need to have any more money as far as I'm concerned. So make sure that you have a trusted person that's a signer on the security box at your bank. It's important information. So it's time for us to get our affairs in order. So make sure that all your accounts have beneficiaries. I said that. Transfer on death deed. If you own a house, completing this document and filing it with your county saves your heirs thousands. Okay, so this document allows you to transfer ownership of your home to your designee. All they need to do is take their ID and the death certificate to the county building, and the deed is signed over. Doing this will avoid the home having to go through probate. So if it goes through probate, lawyers make a lot of money. As they should. Whatever. I'm not in their pockets. I'm just saying, why would you give that money to them when you could be giving it to your heirs? A living will. A living will allows you to put in writing exactly what you want done in the event that you can't speak for yourself when it comes to healthcare decisions as well as other final decisions. In my mother's case, when she got sick, and my mother had 4 children, we didn't know what was going on. When she first started exhibiting signs of dementia, we had never experienced that firsthand. She was living with me at the time. I know what was going on. She was calling, telling my brother stuff, and I was like, that is not true. And they were believing. It was just, it was a lot. And it caused a lot of friction in my family, and I don't wish it on anybody. A durable power of attorney allows one to designate a person to make legal decisions if you are no longer competent to do so. So if we did get a durable power of attorney. Don't do what we did. I don't want to do what I did, what I had to go through with my mother. I don't want my children to go through what we did. We're the next generation. Let's do better. And all I can say is, as the expression goes, when you know better, then you do better. So a power of attorney for healthcare is another document that allows one person to make healthcare decisions. Okay. Your last will and testament designates who your personal belongings will go to. You don't want people fight. See that little picture back there? I love that little picture. I don't want my kids fighting over that. I'm going to decide. Or they can decide to chuck it if they want to. It's not worth anything, But people fight over the strangest things. And if you designate it, hopefully they won't fight as much. Okay. But if you have a beneficiary on your financial accounts, especially, that will override a will. So if you put somebody in your will and you say, I want them to have $50,000 from my whatever, but that whatever that person, there's a beneficiary on there that will override that. So just saying. All right. So here's an example. I'll use my daughter for an example. If I say that I leave all my possessions to my daughter Brianna, but on the savings account the beneficiary is, my best friend Lisa, then the money goes to the best friend because I put the savings account beneficiary. So be careful with that. Your funeral planning declaration allows one to say exactly one's wishes as far as how they dispose of the body and the services. If the above documents are done, you can avoid probate. My mother wanted to be cremated. She always said she wanted to be cremated. I wanted to make sure that we honored her wishes. I probably would like to be cremated as well. Sometimes family members get involved and, for whatever religious purposes or whatever. But it doesn't matter. Once I pass away, I'm going to put it in this funeral planning document and hope that folks will just honor my wishes. But I won't be here to know whether or not they're fighting or not. If all the above is not done, you will have to open an estate account at the bank. All money that doesn't have direct beneficiaries goes into that account. You have to have an attorney to open an estate account. The attorney also has to publicize your passing in the newspaper or post publication at the county courthouse to allow anyone to make claim on your property. That just sounds annoying, right? So let's see if we can plan better. Make a list of all bank accounts, all banks, all account numbers, all investment institutions with account numbers, lists of credit cards, utility accounts, etc. Leave clear instructions as to how and when these things get paid. Make sure that your heirs know where life insurance policies are located. Because, again, you could be paying on a life insurance policy, you die, your folks don't know that there's a policy in place, you're leaving money on the table. Make 100% sure that someone knows your Apple ID if you have Apple products, your bank ID, your account logins, and passwords. Make sure they know the passcode for your phone. I remember when COVID first started and I got a cold. I was congested. I was sure I had COVID and was gonna die. I was so scared. And I started writing. I need to go find that paper because I wrote down all of my things. And I don't know if you know about Aretha Franklin. When Aretha Franklin died, I guess there were several wills, and there was one found under a seat cushion in one of her house, in her living room. And I think that was the will that they actually, that the judge decided to honor. However you do it, write it down. Make sure that somebody knows how to find what you wrote down. And keep the confusion down. Make sure that you have all the titles to your vehicles, your campers, and those kinds of things, right? Set up a trust for intended beneficiaries, especially those that are too young, and then appoint a trustee for that particular trust. I have a 4-year-old grandson, right? I'm going to set up a trust so that he'll have something, from his grandmother when I pass. Most importantly, talk to those closest to you and make all of your wishes known. Talk to those whom you've designated, as well as those close to you whom you did not designate. That tickles me a little bit. Do this to explain why decisions were made and to avoid any lingering questions or hurt feelings. you're never going to be able to cover it all. You can't please everybody, and you just have to do the best that you can as far as hoping people understand why you made your choices. And then you have to be okay with it, right? Just be okay with it. And yeah, I hope this helps. I hope that as we all realize that none of us make it out of here alive, it's better for us to talk about death and prepare for our death and have some say in it. It makes me feel better knowing that I have helped my children understand where my mindset is as I think about, the end of my life. I ain't planning on going anywhere. I hope to be around for another 30, 40 years, right? But just in case, I don't want to leave them with more of a headache. I've never wanted to be a burden to my children and those who love me. I want to make it as easy as possible on everybody. So this list was very helpful. Shout out to my guy, Bobby. Not to call you Bobby Brown. Bobby Edwards down in DC. I love you dearly, my brother. And I hope you'll check back in with me as I continue to go through this chapter, through this part of life, right? I want to be a help to you. I want to help you discover yourself. I want to help you discover some joy. I want to help you. If you're into travel, let's travel together. If you're not into traveling, you might enjoy just watching my videos of me traveling. I'll travel for you. Don't worry. Some people, not everybody is able, right? Physically, mentally. Some people don't want to. It's my jam, right? So my channel is set up so that I can explore things that make me happy at this age, and hopefully to be encouraging to those who are out here interested in following it. If you don't like it, there are so many channels out there you can watch. Oof, just go be over there with them. That's okay. If you have enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, tell your friends about it, share it with people, and I'll be back. I'm going to come on. Like I said, I'm trying to get on a regular schedule. Haven't gotten the hang of it quite yet because things just keep coming up. But as they come up, I will share. And I hope to see you back here next time. Okay? And in the meantime, be nice, be kind, and take care. All right? See ya.